Welcome back to Squawk Box Europe. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has pushed back on the notion the company would need a government backstop for its $1 trillion worth of data center investments. It comes after CFO Sarah Friar said on Wednesday that the ChatGPT creator was looking to create a backstop or guarantee of banks, private equity, and the government that could help the company finance its investments. Now, Friar later took to LinkedIn to say that her use of the word backstop muddled the point, adding that she was trying to say that American strength comes from real industrial capacity being built, which would see, quote, private sector and government playing their part. President Trump's AI czar, David Sachs, also rejected suggestions of federal bailout for AI, posting on X that if one major AI company fails, others will take its place. Well, with energy and cash to spare, Gulf monarchies are positioning their countries and their capital to take a lead in the AI race. Our very own Emma Graham took a deep dive into the strategies of Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar, looking at how these countries are developing their own sovereign AI frameworks and working with partners across the globe. Emma, it's a fantastic piece you've put together, incredibly comprehensive. How significant, though, was the Microsoft export license announcement this week for the UAE specifically?
Thanks, Juliana. It's great to see you. Thanks for having me. It is indeed a very extensive piece, and thank you so much for taking a look at it. So this is a really key announcement this week, and really timely that we put this piece out. This Microsoft announcement really means that those advanced NVIDIA chips that the UAE needs to kind of achieve its AI ambitions are going to be here soon. 60,000 of those chips, they're going to head straight towards this Stargate UAE program and this data center, massive data center out in Abu Dhabi, which has a total of 5 gigawatt capacity. It's a UAE US AI campus, and it was announced around the time of Trump's visit here in May. So this Microsoft announcement, really significant. It's interesting, though, that Microsoft got this export license rather than the UAE's very own G42. Now, I'll map you through a few of these companies, but it's really interesting how each Gulf state has a very different strategy when it comes to deploying capital and what they want to build to have a sovereign AI structure in each country. Now, the UAE has its kind of AI darling, if you will, G42. As you know, they're a partner with Microsoft on many things that the UAE is hoping to do. Underneath G42, and you'll see some really great graphics in this piece, our team has worked really hard on it, a lot of subsidiaries of G42. So you have Khazna, which deals in data centers, even M42 dealing in medical, and all sorts of subsidiaries underneath this umbrella of G42. Now G42, and along with the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Abu Dhabi, Mubadala, has started a fund called MGX. Now MGX is really interesting. It's a very nascent fund. It's an AI investment kind of vehicle. They've made some really interesting moves already. They're targeting 100 billion in assets, and they've already backed, they bought Binance in the biggest crypto deal in history for $2 billion US. So keeping our eyes very closely on MGX as we continue to tell this story. Now, when you move over to other countries in the Gulf, looking at Saudi Arabia, really interesting. You saw last week Qualcomm announcing a partnership with their own AI company as well, Humane, backed by their $1 trillion sovereign wealth fund. Really interesting to see the moves that Humane is making, and they're hoping that Saudi Arabia will be the third biggest power when it comes to AI, of course, right after the US and China. And the whole kind of overarching story of this, and it's really interesting, your last guest was speaking about this, is regulation. So these Gulf states, and we speak about it in the piece, really have a couple of things going for them when it comes to being these AI super hubs, which is a lot of energy, a lot of capital, and a lack of regulation and zero red tape. These are top-down societies where decisions and space and everything that needs to be pushed forward to build these massive data centers can be decided very quickly. So as I said, Saudi Arabia, really interesting. Humane also launching its own Arabic language model to rival that of ChatGPT. And then you move over to Qatar, another really interesting and of course very gas-rich state, as you all know. Really interesting approach there, because they don't have a Humane or a G42. They have their own kind of strategy when it comes to investing through their massive over $500 billion QIA. They invest across the AI stack. I spoke to the QIA about this story and asked them sort of, what is the strategy? You don't have a G42 or a Humane, but they said, they're investing across the AI stack, and every investment they make is a really thoughtful one that really covers the wide scope of AI offerings across the globe, and they're a global investor, as you know. So it's a really great piece. I really suggest your viewers have a look. It'll take you a while, but you'll learn a lot. Thank you so much for having me on today to talk about it.
Emma, please come back and join us again.
Is she the politest person who's ever been on the staff? She doesn't have to thank us. Emma, you don't have to thank us for being here. You're paid by us. Bless you.
Emma,
she's amazing.
It was it's a great piece, and I would certainly agree the viewers should check it out. To learn more about the Gulf's $1 trillion AI gamble, you can check out Emma's full piece on our website, cnbc.com.
Let's move on.